Have you been wondering or hearing anything about this potential executive order to raise Social Security checks in 2025? Which, by the way, according to what I'm reading on this would include retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, SSI, and VA benefits. Now, if you've been hearing about this, you're certainly not alone, and that's exactly why I want to talk about it right here in this video, because I've been seeing this in the headlines, I've been hearing a couple people talk about this, and I want to bring this to your attention because I want to discuss the details behind Social Security, executive orders, and raises to monthly benefit checks, and what all of this means, and what is really happening in 2025. There's a lot of moving parts here, and again, I want to clarify all of that for you here in this video. Let's get into it and talk about it. First off, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not done so yet, will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel with the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you. I really appreciate your support. Thanks so much for being here. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be every single day. As I always like to say, I'm here to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, and transparent information every single day in these videos, and I'm not going to deviate from that. I'm going to be here for you every single day, as I have been for several years now. So again, thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, and let's talk through the details. All right, so like I said, if you've been hearing this, you are definitely not alone. I've been seeing it myself as well. But I want to talk about this for a little while here because I've been seeing it pop up. I've seen a few questions down below in the comment section, and realistically, it's only a matter of time until I see more people reaching out to me saying, hey, I heard this guy, this person, this one channel is saying this, and is this going to be happening? When are we going to be getting it? Things like this, okay? Again, these are really, really good questions. Now, let me share with you and explain really quickly. First off, Executive Order 2025 raises to Social Security checks. Does any of that make sense? Does any of that add up? Well, I can tell you this much. Raises to checks for 2025, yeah, that is actually a thing. We know that, right? It's called the COLA. Is that going to be an executive order? No, okay? That's not going to be an executive order. However, let me also point this out really quickly as well. Can there be an executive order to raise Social Security checks? The simple answer is no. No, executive orders cannot adjust Social Security checks in that manner, okay? So Social Security is one of these things that kind of bypasses executive orders. You cannot reform Social Security and you cannot raise checks through executive order, okay? So that's a little bit of the misleading information that's out there, and why I wanted to jump on this video here and clarify exactly all these details, because this cannot be a thing, okay? I've said this before in other videos. There's a lot of great people here on YouTube that make videos about Social Security. Don't get me wrong. There's some great channels out there. There's a couple people out there that have really good information. I know that for a fact, okay? Some really good stuff. I can tell you this much. There is way more bad information out there than there is good, okay? There's some really good people, some really good channels, some really great information, some really great videos. But I would say there's probably 3-4 times as many channels out there that have no clue what they're talking about when it comes down to Social Security, okay? So when it comes down to this, no, there cannot be an executive order to raise Social Security checks or to reform the program in any way, shape, or form. That's why I've said before in other videos, it's not really down to the president. It's down to lawmakers. Lawmakers are the ones that have to do something about Social Security, except for the COLA, okay? I guess that's one exception to the rule. Social Security can just do this, okay? It's a cost of living adjustment. It's within the rules, it's within the laws of Social Security that basically every year benefits can be adjusted automatically with the COLA because of inflation on a year-over-year basis, third quarter over third quarter. The difference in inflation is the COLA. I mean, you've heard me talk about this so many times over the last, 6-8 months or something like this that I've been talking about this, and we know all the details behind this, okay? So that's what it comes down to. So obviously, the COLA goes into effect the beginning of January. For SSI, they're the first individuals to get it. The first benefit checks that always, by the way, go out in the end of December. We know that, right? But then the first round of payments go out, kind of mid-January-ish, and then, throughout the entire month of January. The first rounds of payments that go out in January, these ones always include the COLA. Again, you know this. This is nothing new here. But the COLA is not an executive order. There's nothing to do with an executive order, right? Actually, what's interesting about it, quick little history on the COLA. Prior to 1975, there was a special session in Congress to approve the COLA every single year. Could you imagine that? Waiting on lawmakers every year to hold a special session to determine what the COLA is going to be for the following year. That's what it was prior to 1975. And then 1975 beyond until now, they've automatically implemented the distribution of the cost of living adjustment based on inflation automatically, right? Every single year. Well, okay, to be fair, it's not every year. Some years you get a zero COLA. That is a thing as well. But again, does that kind of make sense? Okay. So if anybody out there is saying, oh yeah, we're going to get this executive order and it's going to raise your Social Security and you're going to get all this more money and stuff like this, no, that cannot be a thing. I don't care who the president is. It does not matter party or affiliation or anybody. It doesn't matter their name, doesn't matter their gender, doesn't matter anything about the person. The president cannot do that, okay? Cannot be done, okay? Must be done through Congress. They are the ones who have to do this. You've heard me say this before in other videos, and you probably heard the same before. Congress has the power of the purse, right? They literally have the power to spend all of our money through tax revenues, through Social Security reform, things like this. That's why I've said before in other videos, leading up throughout basically the entire year of 2024, I was saying, it's all down to lawmakers. I know a lot of people have been very concerned, like, oh, who's the president going to be and what are they going to do to Social Security? And I keep coming back and saying, who cares? It's not about the president. It's about lawmakers. They're the ones. The president is just a rubber stamp. That's it. That's all the president does. They're a rubber stamp, basically to sign their name onto any legislation that lawmakers pass, right? The lawmakers do all the heavy lifting. Lawmakers are the ones that do all the grunt work. The president signs a piece of paper and says, I trust that you lawmakers did the job. That's it, okay? Do you think the president really reads through any legislation when it's brought to the person's desk? I highly doubt it, right? If anything, the lawmaker or the president is mostly briefed, probably from a high-profile lawmaker that says, in this bill, we've got, X, Y, Z, and a ton of baloney, right? That's basically what they do. And the president says, okay, sure, no problem, whatever, I'll just sign it, right? So again, that's what this comes down to. So for those of you that have been wondering, if you've been seeing this out there, for those, the handful of people that have asked, I imagine there's many more people out there that are going to come across this at some point. If this is something you come across, again, I'm always here for you every single day. I'm going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, transparent information. And like I said before in other videos, I'm going to give it to you straight, okay? Even if it's situations like this where it's something that, sounds good, but may not be the situation, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke. I'm not going to sit here and poke around in the bushes and be like, well, maybe. No, can't be done. Done. There's no other way to say it, okay? So anyway, I know that might rub people the wrong way sometimes, but here's the thing. Maintaining your trust and doing whatever I can to tell you the truth behind what is really going on, and just hoping that I continue to be the, your source of information that gives you this information, and just, the trusted source out there for you. I want to be that person. And again, like I said before, doesn't matter. I'm going to give it to you straight every single day, and I'm going to bring you accurate and reliable, transparent, honest information every single day, no matter what. And that's just my dedication, okay? There's no point in me. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve you for me to sit here and make a bunch of crap up. It does not serve anybody, right? Make sense? Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. If you have any other further questions on this, if you want to come back and jump on a live stream or clarify this further, let me know. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. But remember, it's all down to lawmakers. They're the ones who have to approve raises to your benefits. Other than the COLA, they don't have to approve that. That's just an automatic thing each year based on inflation. We've covered it a million times before in other videos. Does that kind of make sense? So there you go. Hope this helps you. Again, please subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends on social media. Share this video with anybody that you know that may receive benefits from Social Security, any of these fixed income benefits. Share this video with them so they can also benefit from this information and all the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Otherwise, check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now, popping over your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thank you. Really appreciate your support. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you again later.